Hello guys, welcome back, SimUK here. Ultimate Admiral Age of Sail, back in the tutorials. This time we're going to do a landing operation. A small battle to learn landing mechanics. You will get a set of video tutorials connected to the situation to understand what happens on screen and what is necessary to do. I don't think it's actually that good, the tutorial, I have to say. It does a good enough job of telling you what you need to do, but I just don't think it's presented well, or I just don't think it's very good. The 1st Naval Infantry Detachment in England was formed on the 28th of October in 1664, but it was mostly used to guard bases and act as military police. Admiral John Jervis, 1st Earl of St Vincent, who was best known for his victory at the Battle of Cape St Vincent and as a patron of Horatio Nelson, also focused on studying new methods of warfare. Late 18th century mutinies on Royal Navy ships led to the rearrangement of living areas so that the Marines were located between the officers aft and the men forward. As the discipline of Marines improved, the idea to use them as assault troops was born. They were used to take a foothold on a beach while the ship provided fire support and overcome the enemy's coastal defences by attacking them from the rear. They were titled the Royal Marines by King George III in 1802. So this is the 8th of May 1799, the Brits against Les Spaniards. Let's go do this. Our squadron has quickly moved into the waters around the Spanish island, which guards the trade routes from the outlying communities to the main city. You must capture the island. The Admiralty has provided us a brig, HMS Knight, to use for fire support. Be careful, cannonballs don't care about uniform colours and green sailors usually have poor aim. After your troops have landed, climb the hill and seize that enemy coastal battery. Okay, so let's begin by bringing this ship over here. We won't bother with the tutorials because I don't like the way that you can't control when they progress, which makes me a little frustrated. Right, so we're going to get the cannons going and we'll have this ship here. If you click on the little boat at the top, you can dictate who deploys. We'll do the same here. Is it this one? No, it's this one, sorry. So you can see the little boats deploy, and then you right click on the shore and they will row to shore and get out onto the land. Now it's a little difficult, the AI, to select the unit that you want sometimes, but for the most part it's fine. So we're hitting them with big cannons. Now I'm a little bit perturbed by this because it feels to me that it does very little, if any, difference or any damage to anything at all. I suppose we are slightly out of range there. Oh, that's with the grape shot though. So here are our units. If we select them all, double tap the spacebar, then they'll take defensive positions. And what that basically means is that the front row go down on one knee, which means you can get a double volley of shots. Gives them a bit of a defensive bonus. These idiots are facing the wrong way, so if I just hold shift down, I can change the way that they face. These idiots are also facing the wrong way. I mean, talk about dumb. You've just landed on the beach. Why on earth would you think? Why on earth would you think you need to be there? Right. So I'm going to bring HMS Knight back to this position. So we're doing a nice amount of damage there. Our priority is this. We don't need to worry about anything else. So I'm going to take 2 units of men or 3 units of men, and I'm going to left... Whoops. 2 or 3 units of men. I'm going to group them, and then I'm going to left... right click, hang on, I'll get this in a minute. Right click and draw a line, and you can see that that line is the defensive line or the attacking line that they will take and form. So they're off. You see there 3-star and 2-star. I'm going to hold that position there because now with grape shot we can actually reach the enemy, but I want to use this as a defensive thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to deploy the crew. We're only going to deploy half the crew because I want the other half to man the ship. We've got Prescott and his men here. And they will lead the charge. And what you can't do is chain moves. You can't say here, here, and then here. But you can, if you click from them with the left mouse button, draw a line that you want them to follow. And that's kind of cool. Although, I have a problem, especially when you have groups, because you can't do that with a group. You can only draw this defensive line, or so it seems to me anyway. And they tend not to stay in formation particularly well either. Unfortunately, they're not stupid enough to try and walk up this cliff, which is impassable. So they will come round the side and try and come up the back here. Now, what I want the ship to do is defend against any counter-attack that, you know, there might be troops hiding in the trees or something. And that's the other problem I have, is when you click on them, you can very easily start issuing new commands when you don't want to. Now, neither of these ships have cannons. I was just turning them to see if they did, but it seems that they don't. So we don't need to worry about that too much. Okay, gentlemen, up the hill, please. And one other thing you can do with a group is to select them like so, hit the R button, and that'll tell them to run. If you look down here, though, that will reduce their condition and their morale pretty quickly. So they won't be fresh. If we look at these guys here, you can see they're 100%, 100%. Their cover is only 17%, which is not particularly ideal. But they're not taking any shots from the cannons, so I think they'll be okay. So I'm going to grab these guys, I'm going to put them into a group, and then we're going to put a defensive line across there. And we'll have this. We'll have Prescott, Captain Prescott, come up the middle. And it should just be a simple case of press, and no way should this be a difficult battle. Okay, so I'm going to tell them to stop rushing. That gives these guys a chance to recover. I select a lot of them now. I can draw that defensive line and say, right, chaps, I want you to push up as thus. Now they're all selected, so at any time I can hit the spacebar, that will stop them from walking. I can press the spacebar a second time, that will drop the front line so that they're in a defensive position, and that'll give them a defensive bonus and also allow a double volley shot to go in at any one time. So this coastal battery here of about 170 men plus whoever we can't yet see, they're in big trouble. They literally have no chance. Well, it may not actually be close enough. I think that should be enough. That should be enough to get in line. Here they go, they've noticed us. There are additional men. And we'll hit double mouse button. We'll have these guys come up here. Press the R button to get them to move double quick. What we don't want is the cannons being fired at us. But the cannons are still facing front, so I'm not too worried. I think they're routing. Now you can see that by drawing, depending on which way you draw, depends on which way they face. I don't really need to push forward here. I think we've routed a lot of them. Yeah, we have. Oh, they're actually charging us. Very brave. Now they're taking friendly fire from these guys. So what I'm going to say is just... well, I was going to say don't fire. What's that one? I couldn't see it. So, what's actually happened here is that these guys have what's the word? Surrendered. So they're now actually our they're actually now our prisoners. So what you can do is you can actually take them back to the ships. Just get the captain to come here. In fact, let's take the captain back to the ships. Get him back on his boat. And these chaps here can come and, if I could do it, come and defend that area. So you can see we've taken control of this. The flag has changed to our colour. It's now ours. We've contested the battery for 10 seconds. And I think that's probably the end of the mission. But what we can do is take these guys here, put them back on the boats and take them back to the ship itself. And then we can sell those captured men or trade with other men if that's what we choose to do. We held the battery site. Apparently, we lost 1 man there, 4 men there, and 8 men there. Very light damage. So light that they regard it as none. Quite interesting. I'm not sure what this means. 18... But they came from the HMS Knight, the Manchester and Liverpool. Oh, these are the ships. I apologise. These are the men. These are the ships. These are the men. So HMS Knight took a bit of damage, or did a bit of damage. I'm not sure which it is. But anyway, heavy damage, captured heavy damage. If they didn't take any damage, I think they must have been the guys that surrendered. And obviously the goods. So that's how you do a landing and battle. Pretty straightforward. Hopefully that helps you out, gets you up and running a little quicker. And if you want to see more, just let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Take care. Goodbye for now.